welcome back to the channel. I am excited about this video. I'm going to be making apple butter for the first time, and I'm going to be canning for the first time. So I'm a little intimidated, nervous, but I'm excited. So let me show you what I have. Okay, I have some Golden Delicious apples. And then I also have some Ida Red apples. Okay, those are the apples that I'm going to use today. I've got my jars sterilizing now, and I need to start washing and peeling the apples. So, I got this little machine here called an apple machine, and basically what it does, it peels, cores, and slices. Okay, it's got the suction cup base, so it'll come out just like that. I got this for $6 at the Goodwill. Okay, at first I was wondering, like, how am I going to do this, because I really wasn't in the market of buying any more gadgets. But let me set you guys down here. I went to the Goodwill, and I had it in my heart that I was going to make this recipe, which I'll get to in a minute. But I went to the Goodwill and I found this brand new in the box. It says it comes with extra blades. Brand new in the box for $5.99. I was like, wow. So the Lord knew what I needed and He provided. And then I also got this, which is also brand new, for when I want to do like apple pie filling, which I'll probably do as well. But I got that for like 99 cents. So, for $7, I got the apple machine and the apple wedger, the core wedger, slicer, whatever you want to call it. So, we're going to get started with washing and peeling the apples. And I will show you how it works. I learned from Art of Creation, okay? It's a great channel, and they have great recipes over there. So if you are looking for great recipes, I would suggest checking their channel out, because she makes it so easy, and it's just easy to follow. Okay, so let me get this put together, and then I will look at it. It's still wrapped up in the paper. The pieces are still all wrapped up. So let me get this put together. Let me get my apples washed and get set up, and then okay, so let me show you what I got. I have 22 medium-sized apples. I got these from the farmer's market. Aren't they beautiful? So I got 22 washed apples there. I've got a bowl for my peels, because I'm going to save those and make something else with those. And I've got a container to put my peeled apples in. Okay, I have my jars sterilized My lids are in the warm water. It's not boiling water, but it is hot water. Jars, lids. I've got the apples. I've got this thing set up, and turns out, oh, the only thing I had to do was put this little handle on. So, and then when you turn this lever, when you flip it from one side to the other, it just suctions. So like this. I can't do it with one hand, but anyhow, that's how this works. And then I'll show you how I put the apple on and everything. So I've got my rings over here. These are the rest of the jars. They haven't been sterilized. Cardamom, it was a task to find this cardamom. I went to like 5 different stores looking for this. I finally found it at Target. So if you're looking for cardamom, you can probably find it at Target. All right, now I've got my recipe written down that I got from Art of Creation. So let's get started. Okay guys, here we go. So we're going to take our apple and we're going to stick it onto this 3-prong holder. It's like a skewer almost. And then you just turn this lever. Oops, sorry guys. Until it starts to peel. Now I have the bucket down underneath so that it'll just catch those peels. And that is it. It slides right off. And you've got this. The ends still have like a little bit of peel on it. So I'm just kind of like breaking off those ends and tossing them in my peel bucket. Like here, see? So, I mean, you can cut those off, but I'm just kind of breaking that little piece off and then tossing it in my bucket. Now, this you want to cut into a smaller size. So you got this, and you just want to cut it in half, and then cut the half in half. Yeah, it looks like there's like a little piece of stem in there, so I guess you got to watch out for stuff like that. So cut the half in half. All right, so then your pieces are smaller, and they look like this. All right, so that's how that works. Now, guys, this is not a how-to video by any means because, like I said, I'm doing this for the first time and I'm learning. So I'm just taking you guys along. This is not a how-to, all right? So if I'm doing something wrong and you know I'm doing something wrong, don't hold me to it because I am learning here. So I'm going to get all of these apples peeled and sliced and cored, and then I'll be back. This is really a nifty gadget to have. I was going to do this by hand because I didn't have one and I wasn't going to buy one. So I figured, well, I guess I'll be doing it by hand because I'm not going to buy one of those. But I'm so glad that I found it and I didn't have to do all this by hand. Okay guys, so I have all of the apples peeled, sliced, quartered. I put them in my rice pot because it's the biggest pot that I have. Angela uses a Dutch oven. I do have a Dutch oven, but it's small and I really just want to cook these all at once. So I put them in this big pot here, and what I added was I added 2 cups of water because it is a very big pot and the bottom surface area is really wide. Angela's recipe calls for 1.5 cups of water, but then later on you can add water as needed. So I don't want these to burn or scorch, so I went ahead and added 2 cups of water because the surface area at the bottom of the pot, like I said, is really big. So I want to make sure that the 2 cups of water is going to cover the bottom of the pot. So I got that 2 cups of water in there. Plus I have a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar in there. And that's the Bragg apple cider vinegar. If you don't have Bragg apple cider vinegar, then just use regular apple cider vinegar. And then you put it on medium-high. And you stir as best as you can, and then let this process, this is going to take a while. This process takes a little while and you got to keep stirring, and if you need to add more water, you don't want to scorch your apples, so just keep stirring and just keep stirring. So I'll come back when something is changed. So our apples are really cooking down fast, and it's probably the pot that I'm using, but I think it's only been about 10 minutes at the most, and we are like full boiling over here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to medium, because I don't want them to cook that fast. I don't want to risk scorching them. So I'm going to go down to medium just because I'm using this pot and not a Dutch oven. And then we'll see. But it's looking good. It's cooking down. Okay guys, here we are. I ended up turning it down even a little bit more to medium-low. We have only been at it for about 20, maybe 25 minutes at the most, and it is just cooking really fast. So I am stirring, and stirring some more. But it looks like this is almost to where I need it to be. I'm gonna see if those chunks will break up. And if they're soft enough to break up, I'll probably just keep doing this. I don't have an immersion blender. Otherwise, I would do that because the next step is to puree it. But I don't have an immersion blender. I have a Vitamix, which is a very powerful blender, but I don't know if I want to dirty that up. I don't like doing dishes, you guys, and I don't like to have a big messy kitchen. So sometimes I don't even like to use the appliances that I have because I don't want to have to clean them, which is sad, I know. But in this case, I might just go ahead and get the the hand mixer out and see if that'll help me out. I only put 4 cups of sugar, and I reserved some sugar just in case I needed to add some, but after tasting it, it has plenty sugar. After we add the sugar, we wait for it to thicken, back up. It's back to the thickness it was. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my spices. This is the allspice, cardamom, and cinnamon. And we're just going to add those in and stir those in real good. That smells so good. See how that color changed? That's one of the reasons why it doesn't matter that the apples get a little brown in the beginning, because it's all going to get brown anyway. Alright, so now that we got all of our spices in, we're going to stir it well, let it simmer for about 15 minutes so that the spices can get incorporated. Keep stirring. We're going to keep stirring. We don't want it to scorch. And then I'll be back. We're almost ready to ladle. Alright, I don't know how long it's been, but this is nice and thick. And one of the things that Angela said was to make a figure 8, and if it stays, then it should be done. So that looks done to me. I went ahead and shut the heat off, and I'm going to slide it over off the heat. Okay, we're gonna get ready to ladle. So I got like a little bit of vinegar here in this little dish. I'm just gonna dip my paper towel and then go around my tops of my jars. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, and let's see. So we're going to ladle in and leave a 1/2 inch headspace. Angela uses a cup, like a mug, for this. because it ladles more. And I probably should have did the same thing. Now I got a, I got like a little skewer that I'm gonna do the debubbling with. And then I'm gonna go over the top. I think I went over the top too early. I already went over the top, but now I realize that I'm supposed to go over the top now. That way you don't get a false seal. And my lids that are in my warm water, one of those on there. And then my rings, finger tight. And then into the canner. Now I don't have the tongs that I need for this, so I'm trying to do it with this little, with these little silicone hand, like glove things. So I'm just like grabbing the jar and then putting it in. So I mean, they're working okay for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these jars done, and then we'll be back. Alright, so I got a little bit left over, so I'm going to set that aside. And I've got 5 jars here, pints. So we're going to cover this, and it's going to process for 15 minutes. And then we'll be back. Okay, you guys, I just want to say, while this is processing, this apple butter, it is so good, and my house smells amazing. I have one small jar of this that I'm just gonna keep aside for eating now. I've got a space ready to put my jars in, and then I'm gonna leave this sit for 18 to 24 hours. And I'm going to get started on my apple jelly, but that's another video. So I'll let you guys know when I take them out. Alright, so we got all the jars out of the canner, and there's like a little bit of water on top. So I'm just going to take a napkin and just kind of lightly dab it, because I don't want to press hard on it. So we're just going to lightly dab it, get this excess water off. That's all. I already heard one of the jars seal, so that's good. And then now we're just going to leave these for 18 to 24 hours. And that's it. We have apple butter. Thanks for watching, guys. Wish me luck on the apple jelly.